Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. Alex here. Okay, so over the weekend, regular viewers will notice, will remember that we were having problems with our separator tower, which is down there. That's been running really well. Unfortunately, the next problem's arisen, which is our Vogelsang macerator at the front of the plant, which is effectively its mouth. It chops up the maize that comes from here, mixes it with the slurry, and then it puts it into the tank in a slurry form. And it just keeps stopping on overpressure. So this pipe down here comes from the very back of this tank, and it puts slurry in with the maize, mixes it, sends it through a cutting blade here, screen, and shoves it into the tank, and that's what produces the feed and the gas. But we're having an overpressure in this pipe along here, the bottom pipe down there, and we're gonna have to take this apart. Ray had a look at it over the weekend, took that apart. He found a wrench in there, which probably didn't help, but I think there's something else hiding down in there. It's a real bugger of a job. We've got to take those ones apart and then take off that screen. It's very heavy, awkward, you're sort of bending down, so it's probably the worst job on the plant when this thing goes wrong, because all the parts are heavy, you're covered in muck. But there we go, let's give it a bash. So you can just see here the trend line for the gas level is all over the place. We're just right here. So our second engine's shut off. I'll shut that down because it's not doing any good. Coming on and off, it's what burns out the starter motors. So yeah, there we go. I'll go into our second engine here. And I'll switch her off. Put it into manual. That means it won't restart, and we'll just build up our gas basically, and when we've got a feeding we can switch this back on again. Okay guys, I was taking this apart down there. There was obviously a lot of pressure in there and I got absolutely covered. I don't know whether you can see this. It got me right between the legs as it came up. So yeah, you never know what pressures are in these systems. It's now emptied out, but I got myself a good splatting, so I can now take that apart. And yeah, imagine coming to the back of a cow and it lifts its tail and it just goes at you. That's kind of what happened there. So you see that, guys? Yeah, a whole load of stuff come out there. That's the pressure, because it builds up from the pump, which goes up to about 2 bar, and then it also builds up with the gas inside. It's just hissing as I'm taking off this top one. Sprayed it all the way back to that cone over there, so there's a lot of pressure in there. That's why I got myself nicely covered. I only just managed to capture the back end. I mean, it's gone off all the way over there. Let me tell you, you just want to be out of the way of that. Okay guys, got me a couple more times there. You always think pressure's out now, but there's 5 or 6 squirts in here. It's all sort of flooded down here. I'm going to give it a wash down, and then I'm going to take off that big heavy plate there. That's a real bugger. Part of the problem with taking these apart is all the nuts and bolts are really low under the ground. I'm sure the guy who made this probably worked for Land Rover in his spare time, because they were like inaccessible bits and pieces. Anyway, there we go. Onwards, upwards. That's the front plate off, guys. Here we are. This is where the liquid goes into. It then rotates up, squirts it up through here into the rest of that, and that was clogged with the gravel bag, so that's why we're getting overpressure, because it can't get through the gravel bag and it's blocking up. We're now going to try and run it. There's a bit more on the side there. There's something horrid down there, plastic. I can't dig much more out, so we're going to try and run it. There she is running from the hopper there. Just trying to clear out everything inside, make sure there's nothing more in there. There we are, guys, all back together. We're going to try and run it, re-establish the plug in here, and then we can start mixing the slurry. That was all the offending bits of gravel bag, all wrapped around the slurry port. So yeah. I've lost the plug, guys. Put it through here, but yeah, I lost it. Guys, we're trying to run it back through, but we lost the plug here, so we're going to have to try and dig it out. All blocked up in that chamber there. I've tried to dig it out a few times, my hand's absolutely aching now. So we're going to try and re-establish the plug by pulling maize back in here, and then hopefully it will mix properly. Okay guys, I had to take this apart a second time. It was blocking in here. Absolutely solid wedge of maize material. It was coming from there, wasn't getting mixed with the slurry down here. As we took it apart, I got covered a second time. We're going to try and run this through, regain our plug down here because we lost the plug. I don't know if you can tell back there, all the slurries come out through our HIPAA bin. But we're going to regain it now here and just see if we can't get the plug going again, guys, and get ourselves feeding, because we've been down for a long time now. I'm absolutely shattered as well. Taking these apart, they're just really awkward places to work. Covered in slurry. It's bloody hard work. Okay guys, a couple of days later now. The front end of the plant is running really well. The macerator there is not jammed. So it just must have been that bag that was in there that wrapped itself around the liquor pump that mixes the slurry with the new maize. But I was pretty killed after that Monday session of digging that out twice, taking apart all those pipes there, because you're just getting covered in the slurry and it's just slippery, and just you're always having to wash your hands and everything. So yeah, the plant is back on fire again. We're slowly ramping up because we've got logs to dry in the kiln with the boiler running better, so that's great. We're going to stop taking out of that clamp now. We're into our back old clamp, so the lads have just moved back the sheeting there on the top, and yeah, it's all going tickety-boo. Famous last words. But that's what's happening down here. Still waiting for the spare part for our boiler, our biomass boiler. That's been down for a couple of weeks. It's kind of really driving me nuts, actually, because we've got a lot of orders for wood chip now coming in. We've got the wood chip up the top, which we've chipped, but we just can't dry it at the moment. So yeah, I had a chicken farmer guy, owns a lot of sheds, came in. He wanted 3-4 loads a week, so 100 tons going out the door. Yeah, would have been amazing, but I just had to say I can't do it, mate, which is super frustrating. But anyway, there we go. Hopefully we'll get that plugged in this week. So yeah, fingers crossed. Okay guys, so just up in the Woodyard, we are cleaning logs like crazy. We're doing a new product, which is our value economy / pizza log, which is going very well. I mean, our main wood chip shed, we've had 3 or 4 lorries go out this week already, as I said, and we are getting pretty low. So yeah, I'm gonna have to start trying to switch all the bins over to drying wood chip out there rather than drying logs. So we've got a good stack of logs at the moment. Although this weekend it's going to go cold. They're talking about sort of 1-2 degrees, and that should start getting the orders coming in. So yeah, that's all nice. Right guys, here's the economy wood. So what we've been delivering out is just kind of thin pieces that come out of that trommel. Dave's chipping them up, the excess stuff that we've got, because it is quite hard work to bag these up. It's all a hand job basically, and then we sell it for £95 for a bulk bag, which is pretty good value. I mean, what's interesting, a lot of people are using this for pizza wood or outdoor fire pits because they don't like the big chunks that we've got. They just want to have the sort of smaller bits like this, which yeah, I can see. You've got a pizza oven, that's what you need, isn't it? Okay guys, we're chipping away. We've already done a chunk of it, as you can see, hard going down. It's doing quite a kind of chunky chip, but I've got a client who takes a G100 screen, so that'll do nicely for him. inside this heap here, which actually, with the wind coming across and the sun on it, so it does all right job. Okay, so we're just going to leave the rest of that, try and sort out some economy wood out of that next week. A little bit of sort of rubbishy stuff there where we just sort of tip our sawdust and bits and pieces. It's not really much cop, so it'll probably just get thrown out that, because this is what it produced, which is just pretty horrible stuff, frankly. But we'll bulldoze that into the rest of the heap, and it'll all get blended out. So yeah, that's our little bit of chipping done. We'll just get onto the rounds now, which is over there. These are some of the oversized ones that we can't put through for firewood. Some of this bigger stuff will go quite nicely. We'll run the machine a bit slow, do a bit more of a chunky chip. So that gives us a little bit more space. We were loading wagons yesterday and we just had no room in the yard, so tipping up some of that is a little bit sort of annoying in one sense, because as I said, we can get some firewood out of it, but we've just sometimes got to make a bit of space for things. Anyway, just behind me I've had the bins, the tops open, the canvas tops off. I'm going to close those over because they've had about 6 or 7 hours just getting all the moisture off the top, so I'll close it back down to get the heat up again. Just bulldozing that in now into the general heap. I'll just get dried down and hopefully start replenishing our stores again. See a bit of a long slip there. That's probably a bit too long. I might have missed the chipper almost. Quite wet. So guys, that's our new toy, which is just sharpening all the blades, all the chains I should say, on the Binderberger, and we can also use it for saws and all the other bits of kit, the Japper as well. We've got a dump trailer on in here. We've got an order for 10 cubes of wood, so that's loose, so that's quite a nice sweet order to have come in. Local place to us. Used it for heating jacuzzis or something, I think it said. But we've had a good week so far up here. Bags going out, definitely orders coming in now it's cold. We've got rid of a lot of that sort of seconds wood that goes through the trommel. We're going to try and get into the rest of that this week coming up and see if we can pick out any more sort of value wood / pizza wood. We've still got a nice big pile of chip to dry. Bins behind me are both on, and I've been promised that they're going to come on Monday and get my boiler working, which would be fantastic. That would just give us that much more capacity for drying, because the orders really are suddenly just flying in on the wood chip side of things. So there we are, guys. Hope you enjoyed that week, and yeah, we'll catch you next time.